Some say Chinese is one of the most difficult languages in the world, and learning it is almost impossible.
So learning Chinese, the most difficult thing.
非常非常非常非常非常难
So I'm sort of tone deaf. I can't really hear them.
I think the cultural mindset is the biggest complication for
The
us.
grammar.
知吃思诗都很难
It's just complicated so much.
Only because you're not learning it in the right way. Why not try Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Tony here in the studio. Hi, Tony.
Niu, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing really well, and in a working day, having a lot of things to do, a lot of tasks to finish.
Of course.
That's really nice. And sometimes I
Is
think...
it really nice?
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
think there's a lot of people that would disagree with you on that.
That's the thing. Sometimes I feel like I'd be much happier if I have nothing to do and can just, relax and enjoy life, maybe read a book. But after... let's say a 5-day holiday without traveling to different places, stucking at home, I feel bored.
Okay, well, you said it right there. Not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
if
kinda
you're
boring.
traveling or if you have an entertainment activity to do, that's good. But it kind of feels like, for me, 5 working days. Well, I can do well with 4 working days and 3-day weekend, of course. But having a working day and weekend kind of routine is nice because you work in your working days, you have things done, you have this sense of accomplishment that makes you happy, and after a while you get to rest for 1 or 2 days, do your own things and enjoy the relaxation.
Sometimes
the comparison makes it meaningful. If you're always on your weekend days, if you're always doing nothing, you get bored.
Yes, I agree. There are many people that I think that is true for. But if you're someone who has a lot of passions and you have a lot of things that you enjoy doing and passionate about doing, I think you will find ways to fill that time.
That's true, but you always need, a job to support yourself first, to support your hobbies.
Not all of us, some of us.
You need to
Got some
be
rich folks
able
out there,
to... That is a cool angle, I have to say. But the idea is that in order to have a real hobby and to actually do something fun with your hobby, you also need to, support your hobby. You need to go to classes or learn things to sharpen your skills or something.
Yeah, you have a point there.
Yeah, so I think my point is, even though sometimes we feel really tired working, we still need to do something to relax instead of doing nothing. Doing nothing is definitely boring.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of truth in that.
So for those of you who are, staying in between jobs right now or staying at home for a certain reason or just enjoying a long holiday but don't really have a tourist destination to head, maybe learning to kill time in an efficient and fun way is, also important.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's possible to kill time in an efficient way, but all right.
But do you know how to say kill time in Chinese? Because I think kill time is a really fun expression in English.
Yeah, it is kind of fun, and I'm not sure. It's 时间 time.
时间 is time.
And kill, I'm not sure how to say that in Chinese.
That's because we don't really say that in Chinese. In Chinese, we would say 打发时间.
打发, is that 打 means hit?
打 does mean hit, but 打发 together means get rid of.
Okay.
So it's kind of like get rid of the free time you don't need.
Okay.
Find ways to get rid of time. But I have to say, for many young people, the Gen Zer probably, they would also use 杀时间 kill time, literally.
Okay.
Because of the English word kill time.
杀时?
杀时间
杀时间
kill time,
Okay.
literally. But I'll stick to 打发时间 for the Chinese listeners out there.
Okay.
打发时间. And that is going to be the topic of today's Takeaway Chinese. So if you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grip on the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you soon see the rewards. And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway. 1、2、3、4，家里一共有5根胡萝卜、6个土豆、7根黄瓜。好无聊啊！一个人待在家里太没意思了。你一般怎么打发时间？
当我感到无所事事的时候，就会打开电视，开始追剧。你也可以制定一个自我提升计划，比如学一门外语。
那对我来说，当务之急可能是培养阅读习惯。我好久没读书了。Wow, the person in the conversation is counting vegetables at home.
Must be pretty bored.
Must be pretty bored. But I think we all have that moment when you feel like the TV show's not fun anymore, the novel you have just finished and you do not want to start a new one, and just there's nothing to do.
I don't know. I don't have these days at this stage of my life. I don't have these feelings.
Oh, then
so I'm very robotic with my schedule. So when one thing's done, I've got a million other things to do. So it's just, but yes, I get it. Some people get to a point where they're super bored and they're just looking for anything to do. Like this person is counting, and I think I'm going to go over what this means, right?
Oh, yes. Okay, so for the first sentence, it's an easy one. 1、2、3、4 1、2、3、4
That's pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, not much explanation needed there. Just
just 1, 2, 3, 4.
numbers in Chinese.
So can you count to 10?
Can I count
in
to 10?
Chinese?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Perfect. So counting in Chinese.
Yeah. If you would have asked to count higher than that, then it would have been a problem.
You know how to do it. You can try to find another episode in the early stage of Takeaway Chinese. We explained
Out of the 400. Yeah, probably
Yes.
not.
All right. 家里一共有5根胡萝卜、6个土豆、7根黄瓜。家里一共有5根胡萝卜、6个土豆、7根黄瓜。
I always think that vegetable sounds so funny. There are 5 carrots in my house, together with 6 potatoes, 7 cucumbers.
Counting vegetables.
So, 家里, I believe this is like, 家 is like home, right? So, 家里 is like in the house.
In the house.
一共.
一共.
So, 一共 is like in total.
In total.
有, this is have. 五根.
5根.
So this is 根 is like a quantity word for long objects or things, right?
Yes.
And then so 我 is 5 and 胡萝卜.
胡萝卜.
That's carrot.
How's that
right?
funny? That's carrot.
It just sounds funny. It's very strange because I love carrot cake, and I remember that there was a store clerk that tried to teach me how to say carrot cake, and I just could not say 胡萝卜.
胡萝卜. You're doing it well.
So yeah, that's carrot. And then 6个, so that looks like 6 of 土豆.
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 That's potato.
That's potato.
土豆.
土豆.
Yes.
And then 7根. This is 7 of 黄瓜.
黄瓜.
And that's cucumber.
Cucumber. 黄瓜. Cucumber. That's true.
All right.
So I think there's not a lot of explanation to do, just quantity word, 根 for long objects, and 个 is the most common one. And these 胡萝卜、土豆、黄瓜, those are just carrot, potato, and cucumber. So purely vocabulary. 好无聊啊，一个人待在家里太没意思了。好无聊啊，一个人待在家里太没意思了。
So this is I'm so bored. It's so boring to stay at home alone.
Yes. I imagine this person is being quarantined or something at home.
Now that makes sense because within the quarantine world, you can't really go outside.
No.
And you're stuck inside literally for days. That makes sense.
It's possible.
Yeah. So 好 here is very. And then 无聊, this is bored, yeah?
Yes. It can be both bored and boring. So if you say 这本书很无聊, this book is very boring. So I don't like this book. It's just not fun. And you can say 这个人很无聊, this person is very boring. So it can be boring. And you can say 我很无聊, but when you say 我很无聊 or 我好无聊啊, you're saying I am bored. So I feel like nothing's fun.
So you can't say I'm boring, huh?
You can say I'm boring, but usually when someone complains that they are bored in Chinese, it's also 我好无聊啊. But if you really want to stress the idea that you feel like you're a boring person,
so you sure?
You can say 我是一个无聊的人. I am a boring person. Yeah, just say it more clearly.
Okay. 一个人, so one person.
One person.
待在.
Yes.
Is this like stay?
Stay, huh?
And then 家里, so like at
In home. At home.
And then 太没事.
太没意思了.
太没意思. Right? So 太 means like too much, right?
Too much, very.
And then 没意思, I think this is also boring, right?
Yeah, it's not interesting. 没 is have no, and 意思 meaning. So,
meaning, right.
Yeah, so it's like meaningless. It's really not interesting. 没意思.
Interesting.
你一般怎么打发时间? 你一般怎么打发时间?
So this is, how will you kill time?
How do you usually kill time?
So 你 is of course you, and then 一般, this is usually, right?
Usually.
Doesn't that mean a little bit also?
一点儿, a little bit.
一般般?
一般般. Oh yeah, 一般般 is like just so-so.
Okay.
Just so-so. 一般 is usually, and you can say things like 你一般中午吃什么? What do you usually have for lunch? Or 你一般几点下班? What do you usually get off work? 你一般, so 一般 usually. But 一般般, you're right. 一般般 carries a different meaning. So how's your lunch? 中午饭怎么样? 一般般. Just so-so. Just, you know, plain.
Got it. Several uses there. All right. So 怎么, and here 怎么 is like how, yeah. 打发, this is like
we
kill.
talked about it. 打发, get rid of.
Or get rid of.
See, in English, you guys are more, brutal to time. You kill it. In Chinese, we're relatively nicer. We say, we get rid of time. We don't kill it. We just, get rid of it.
Okay.
打发.
Okay. And then 时间 is time.
Time. 当我感到无所事事的时候，就会打开电视，开始追剧。当我感到无所事事的时候，就会打开电视，开始追剧。
So this is when I feel I have nothing to do, I would turn on the TV and start binge watching.
Yeah, that would make sense as a good translation as well.
A lot of people do that,
Yeah.
especially these days. So 当我, right? What does this mean?
When I. So 当 is actually when. 当 something.
什么时候 is when, right?
什么时候 is what time, yes. But that is when you precisely need to say what time do you do something. Whereas 当 is like when something happened, another thing will happen. So in English, you still translate it as when, but it's actually talking about when a thing has happened. You're using it as a time reference instead of asking for time.
Okay.
So in Chinese, if you want to use when, so when something happened, you don't say 什么时间 things happen. You say 当 something happen.
Okay. Dang, right? Not dung dang.
当.
Okay. Cool. Oh, that's very useful. I just learned that now. All right. 当我, so when I.
When I.
感到.
感到.
So 感到, this could
or
mean.
感觉到.
Oh, it's just like feel, right?
Yes.
And then 无所.
事事, that's actually a Chinese idiom.
Oh,
That's
so
why you
无所
find it a little.
事事.
Yeah. 无所事事. 无 is have. 事 is things. So 无所事事, this Chinese idiom basically means feeling there's nothing to do. It's a idiom talking about having nothing to do or feeling so bored because it feels that there's nothing to do.
Okay.
无所事事. So maybe a parent would tell a freshly graduate something like, you gotta go find a job, stop doing nothing every day. Then the parent would say, 去找个工作, go find a job. 不要 don't 每天 every day 无所事事 do nothing. So 去找个工作，不要每天无所事事，无所事事 do nothing.
Okay, so I normally see 时候 with 什么时候. So in this context, because we have 无所事事 means do nothing.
的时候
的时候 what is 的时候?
Time. So when I feel like I have nothing to do, when the time comes, when I feel nothing to do. Something like that.
Okay. So 就会 is this
Then I will.
Then I will. 打开 this is turn on. 电视 this is TV, right?
Yes.
And then 开始追剧
追剧 Yes, so 开始 start to do something, and 追 is chase after actually. 剧 is 电视剧 TV series. So 追剧 is follow or chase after a TV series. Basically means you're watching it, you're following it.
I see.
追剧开始追剧 I mean, you can kind of translate it as binge watching, but not exactly, because 追剧 in itself didn't suggest that you won't stop.
Yeah,
It's
binge
just-
watching is a bit extreme.
A bit extreme.
Yeah. Okay, so this is just like watch a TV show.
Watch
or-
TV show.
Okay.
你也可以制定一个自我提升计划，比如学一门外语。你也可以制定一个自我提升计划，比如学一门外语。
This is, you could also make a self-improvement plan, such as learning a foreign language. Oh, that's
Something Tony would say.
definitely not something I would say.
But you are a really strict person, strict to yourself kind of person. You're very organized and you do things according to schedule and you care about self-improvement. This is totally what you would say.
Yeah, okay. The first part, I would be like, yeah, you need to make a plan.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. But for this show, I think the second part, the latter part, is also very convenient.
Right?
All right. So 你也可以. So like you also
Can.
and then 可以 is can. 制定.
制定
This is make, right?
make. And it's kind of like set. So 制定计划 set a plan, make a plan. It's again a set phrase. There are a lot of words that can be translated as make, but you kind of need to remember the correlation. For the easy verbs, you find it easy because you see it everywhere, but when you pair it up with other nouns, you kind of need to translate it into different set phrases. So here, 制定计划 make a plan.
All right. 一个 is like one. 自 is it 自我?
自我 self.
So self. So it's kind of like 自己, right?
自己 yes, but again, 自我提升 is a set phrase. That is why you need 自我提升.
自我提升.
提升 is improve.
So self-improvement.
Uh-huh.
And then 计划 is plan.
Yes.
And then 比如
比如
is it such as?
such as.
Okay. And then 学一门外语.
Yes.
So 学 is learn.
Uh-huh.
And then 外语 is and 一门外语 is foreign language.
One foreign language. And 一门 门 here is the quantity word. In itself, 门 is door.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember it. When you're talking about language, you say 一门语言, one door of language. I think it means or suggests that when you learn a new language, you're opening a door to a whole new world. It's your door to the outside world. So you remember one door of language. 门 is the quantity word of language here in Chinese.
Okay.
一门外语。那对我来说，当务之急可能是培养阅读习惯。我好久没读书了。 那对我来说，当务之急可能是培养阅读习惯。我好久没读书了。
So this is, well then for me, the top priority may be to cultivate my reading habits. I haven't read for a long time.
Yes.
So it's well is like I guess well means
I know.
I mean,
it's
is that
really
the
hard
only way
to translate.
to say well in Chinese?
It's really hard to translate these sounds instead of words.
Yeah.
You're using it to express a certain emotion or a feeling, just setting the atmosphere for the things you're going to say later. So in Chinese, it's like sure or yeah. It's an affirmative kind of voice.
Okay.
See, that's what you did. That's over there. You can translate it as in English as well. Or you've just been in China for really long using it really naturally.
That's probably why.
Okay.
And then we have na 对我来说.
对我来说.
So na is like then. And then this 对我来说, this is an expression like for me, right?
For me. So to me, you say. So if you're saying it to me, so for me.
To me, come say, right?
Yes, 对我来说 to me, come say. But yeah, the idea is for me. Remember, 对我来说 as for me.
Got it. 当务之急.
当务之急, that is another expression. 当务之急. 当务之急, an idiom. So the urgent matter, the important thing.
Top priority.
The top priority here, yes.
Okay. 可能, isn't this like possible?
Possible, probably, is.
是, this is. 培养.
培养.
This is cultivate, right?
Cultivate, 培养.
And then 阅读.
阅读.
阅读. This is reading.
Yes.
And then 习惯 is habit.
Yes. So 培养习惯, another common correlation, another expression or set phrase you can remember. 培养习惯, cultivate a certain habit. And you can 培养 any kinds of habit. You can 培养阅读习惯, cultivate reading habit, or 培养学习习惯, cultivate learning habit. Just, that's how it's done.
And then 我好久没读书了. So 我 of course is I. 好久 is for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, like 好久不见.
Yes.
And then 没读书. So 读书 is read book.
Yes.
So 没读书 means like don't have or don't read books.
So I haven't read a book for a really long time.
Right.
That is why this person needs to 培养阅读习惯, cultivate a reading habit. Right, that's the conversation. It's relatively long with many expressions, but I think we managed to get it done. So let's practice it.
All right, let's give it a try. 1、2、3、4. 家里一共有5根胡萝卜，6个土豆，7根黄瓜。好无聊啊！一个人待在家里太没意思了。你一般怎么打发时间？
当我感到无所事事的时候，就会打开电视，开始追剧。你也可以制定一个自我提升计划，比如学一门外语。
那对我来说，当务之急可能是培养阅读习惯。我好久没读书了。
That's great. See, you've done the most part of the conversation and you did a really good job.
A lot more difficult than it seems, folks. Trust me.
Really good job. All right. You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niu Hongling, and Tony. We would love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts via email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. Coming up next, let's talk about different ways to kill time or to 打发时间 in Chinese. Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Tony here. So Tony, for someone who never finds it boring in your free time, what do you usually do when you're not working?
When I'm not working? Geez, I'm always working. If I'm not working on one project, I'm working on another. So it's a lot of my idle time is spent doing work. And if I'm not working, then I'm working out. And if I'm not working out, then I'm preparing for my meals, which are all home cooked. So that takes time and preparation.
Cooking.
Absolutely.
I think cooking is a good way to kill time. 烹饪.
烹饪.
Or just 做饭. Make food.
做饭. Okay. And I am an herbalist, so I'm always grinding different herbs together, and if I'm always ordering different, specialty ingredients, so I'm always running outside to get packages from the delivery people and then putting that in my place. And then there's laundry, and then there's cleaning. And so it's just one thing after another. And so there's never really an idle time. If I'm doing nothing, then I feel like I'm literally wasting time.
Yes, see, that's the thing. I think when you're in a pattern of not killing time or not doing nothing, then you're not used to doing nothing. So after a while, you feel like your time is packed with things that you prepared,
every day.
You scheduled to do, and that is a very interesting lifestyle. I am the different way. I really need some time to do nothing. Doing nothing or doing not very productive things is my way of relaxing. So don't get me wrong. Of course, I need to read, 读书 or 阅读,
right.
or exercise, 锻炼身体, or maybe watch a show, watch a movie, or even play games. I do all these things.
Wow, that must
as
be
well.
Nice.
It's really nice. But I also need a doing nothing period of time. And by saying doing nothing, maybe I'm just browsing the internet aimlessly. I'm not really, watching anything in particular. Maybe I'm just watching short videos to, again, get rid of time, 打发时间 or killing time in English.
Okay.
But that is another form of relaxation for me.
Okay.
But don't you feel your world is a bit too crowded with all your plans and schedules?
I don't, because I feel like we've only got a certain amount of time. I'm always thinking like that, and I think that's why I'm a little bit strange when it comes to other people, because I'm always thinking there's only a certain amount of time. I have so
That's
much.
actually good.
There's so much time that I have while I'm here, and so I need to do what I need to do. So I don't have this mindset to just kill time. I did in the past, and that was spent by playing video games.
Oh yeah, video games
and
really good
watching
too.
a lot of either movies or animation and stuff like that. And when I had time, I would paint a lot more. So
That's really nice too.
Yeah, I like doing that. So that was.
I should totally learn from you, because I think when I have a lot of free time previously, actually 1 or 2 years ago, when there's the quarantine period, and on top of working, I find a little more free time to kill, and I did do nothing for a while, but after a while, I did feel bored, and that is when I started to pick up something to learn. I tried to learn French, to learn something new, pick up a skill, or learn to draw on an iPad. I don't call that painting because I don't think I'm good enough, but I learned to draw on my iPad with new apps, and I tried to learn coding a little bit. It's much harder than I thought, but I did pick up some principles. So yeah, the idea is that when you actually do have some free time to kill, my suggestion here, and I'm pretty sure Tony agrees with me, is that you should not really just kill time. You should always do something that's meaningful for you, because after a while, you would realize that doing things that are considered 自我提升, self-improvement, would provide you with much more sense of accomplishment. It will make you feel much happier.
Yeah, you get more stuff done, because and I think the older you get, the more you realize that hey, we've only got a little bit of time, so we need to make our time the most useful while we're here.
Yeah, so though today's episode is about 打发时间 or killing time, the suggestion here is don't kill too much time.
Yeah, but earlier you mentioned how you like to go online and watch those short video apps.
Yeah, of course.
That's a great way for people to kill time.
Yeah, it's okay to kill a little bit time, to feel relaxed, to, mix it up a little bit, but don't kill too much time.
Oh.
That brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese. I'm Yang Honglin with Tony here in the studio. For more episodes of the show, you can visit our website at radio.cgtn.com and go to the column Podcast.
You can also listen to the show and read the script there. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, including Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and much more. Just search for Takeaway Chinese. And don't forget to leave your comments, ratings, and questions.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.
再见.